Hi, I'm Jim. It's 10:30. I know that because this clock is chiming. I'm at the National Watch and Clock Museum. Gonna check it out today. Don't confuse it with the American Clock and Watch Museum because that's in Bristol, Connecticut. I'm in Pennsylvania. We'll check that out tomorrow. Here's a tower clock with a wooden pendulum. You don't see wooden pendulums too often because the heat makes them expand and contract, which throws off the time. Usually these days, folks use bimetal pendulums to control for that expansion and contraction to keep more accurate time. Here's a Seth Thomas movement for a tower clock, but the interesting part is that little dial on the front. These had setting dials because, hey, if it's on a tower or on the top of a church steeple or something, hard to look outside and see where the hands are set to. So this also has a little bit of a capability to allow you to see what time it is on the inside. I was talking before about the accuracy of pendulums and the wooden one earlier. Check out this pendulum. It's got several different kinds of metal built into it in order to better regulate the swing of the pendulum so it doesn't change over time. That's why, partially the reason why, they call these clocks regulator clocks. I'd love to have this clock in my house. It's an electromechanical clock, so it runs off a pendulum, but every hour it receives a signal that allows it to sync up the time. It also mechanically winds itself to give it the ability to keep running and running and running and get synced up when it needs to. Here's a cutaway example of the electronic clock I was talking about earlier. You can see the wires there that allow for the connection to the movement, but the movement is still a mechanical movement and it still winds and still runs off the pendulum. As you can see by the clock, I was in there about 2 hours. Really great museum, thumbs up all the way. Very interesting from a science perspective, from a mechanical perspective, from the evolution of watches and clocks all the way up to atomic time. There's information in there. So really very cool place to stop. I give it 2 thumbs up.